some people think it's safe to say the Bible was not talking about immunization, right? And they were talking about the people coming, knocking at the door, saying, "Bring your all your virgins." Like the situation haven't gone to who it is, and they're banging at the door. The, they're burning businesses and people's livelihood and saying no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace, and burning the livelihood. They also say no police and all that bad stuff. But the fact is, right, repetition. What does it evoke, right? So, um, I was going somewhere with this. Oh yeah. So I mean, in my opinion, I think that they might have had all this technology before back in those days. But if people think that they didn't, then you would have to say that they wouldn't have thought that the jizz that they were talking about pumping into your virgins that are, you know, hunkered down in some building, right, was actually vaccine Tom Hanks' serum. It's a there's some reconstituted biological filler, that substrate they use to carry the vaccine to feed it, to keep it weak, like to deliver the, you know, whatever little preservatives people like to say. There's heavy metal, this, that, whatever it is, jizz, right? They keep it at a temperature, and you know what I'm saying. So it's like somebody's donated, but it wasn't donated sperm, so you don't have to worry. It's just the effluviums, that emulsification from the fucking pus that they use to keep whatever alive. Anyway, we're all gonna get poked, right? They're saying that you don't have a right not to get poked. We've never come up with a cure for the cold or for the flu, but we're supposed to get a cold cure for the fucking corona. Isn't it a coronavirus, the cold, the coronavirus? Isn't all those things that don't have cures? So why are we waiting for a cure? It's not coming. They may come up with a vaccine, right? And they say, how many times are you supposed to take the vaccine? But like, no, you just get on the vaccine. You don't know how many times you're supposed to take a vaccine. You're either on the vaccine or you're not. They come out with this shit every month. Every flu season, hey, everybody, like, let's go get your. Some places are having a promotion. It's free. Oh, nobody's taking it, or saying it's free. Like, oh, it was like last time, right? So we misguessed the strain. We got the wrong strain. Uh, they did stop vaccinating for the wrong strain. No, they kept vaccinating for the wrong strain that they had last, like, few months ago. So when I was wigging out inside of CVS, I was right. Even though I put, those are just people at work. But I was freaking out because I had so much information. And I was like, yo, why is this like? Didn't you just get an alert that said that this shit was the wrong strain and that this and that? And they were like, did you guys notice any changes? I asked them. I was like, were there any changes in your protocol since this day and that day when this was released? And I was like, no, they just keep selling it. So whatever they're doing, it doesn't mean shit. There's no truth to any of it. I do know one thing though, is that it's jizz. You can say it's not jizz, it's divine jizz, special jizz. Like, this jizz is professional, like the doctors, the people that want to help you, and everybody worked out they perfected the perfect jizz. But I never got sick though. I never seen anybody. There's no dead bodies in the street. I don't know anybody. Like, like a few people who died in 9/11. Some people know, like, a few people. Some people just know one person who knew somebody who died in 9/11. My mom's boss or somebody who died. Like, this kind of shit. But 500,000 people supposed to have in the state of California supposed to have it. And, nobody knows. So, what I'm saying, like, instead of having mail-in votes or some shit like that, we're going to say that there's an outbreak at a college. See, there's proof. Outbreak at the college. See, proof. Like, And not only is it proof, but you're a fucking dumb. They would be like, you're a fucking dumbass for still saying this and still thinking that. Because this is fucking proof. Where the fuck are you? Must be whacked out. Why don't you fucking mind your business? If you don't have the attention span and the discipline to to uh, to find a resource or someone an opinion that you respect, so just one person who has an opinion that you admire, and then you're not fucked, and then you're not dangerous. So as long as you're cautioned and navigating, then you don't really need to go with consensus because I'm cautioned. But it's hypothetically that you're supposed to come to fists and cuffs with these. You know, they just show you what they didn't read, so then you don't have time. At some point in time, I guess they have to come knock at the door and say, "Bring out your son or your daughter or something," because we heard that they're a fucking virgin. It's not really in the Bible. They didn't know about vaccines, so I would say that that's probably what they're talking about now. And if you let them pump your family with that jizz, you should be dead. Otherwise, there's probably no forgiveness. If that's because that's already how some people feel. So they would be like, "Oh, I don't have no divinity because I let my family get violated." First they said to put a cloth over their face so they can't breathe and run around in the jungle. And then they said stay home so you don't get no vitamin D. Then they said be afraid all the time so that your immune system's weakened. And they can expect to come and pick them up around around January, February, or some shit like that. Yeah, like we just had children to give them over to the enemy. It's the same shit. Same shit. I would feel like a failure. I would be like I'm a failure. That's worse than if they became porn stars, because it's all on you. It's not that they're spoiled or anything like that.